Who in their right mind would buy one of these?
I'm not in my right mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Junkyard Digs. Today you join myself, Mook, Tom, and this 72 Pontiac Catalina 4-door down in Des Moines. This thing's been sitting for a number of years, and we're going to see if we can get it running, drive it all the way home, and get it to a point that it'll reliably stay on the road. For Tom this time.
You looked better when I bought it. It'll be wonderful.
What's the story on this? Do we know anything about it?
I don't really know anything about it. A neighbor owned it, and this gentleman bought it from him in 2020, and it's pretty much been sitting here.
So it's been off the road for probably a while, but sitting for 4 years.
Yeah.
You got tags on that thing, Mook?
Not even a plate.
Not even a plate. It's got stickers out the ass, though.
Been to South Dakota, been to the Black Hills.
I'd say, yeah.
Kentucky.
Someone did a big old road trip with this thing, huh? Body's in nice shape, really.
Decent. Got a hole in the dog leg in front of each rear wheel.
Vinyl top.
Yeah, really nice.
It's seen better days. How's the inside?
The insides are nice.
Ooh.
White and
Black and white. Ooh, dash is in great shape. This thing's got a good body and a good interior.
The
So
interior is a big deal, too.
big deal to have a good
I
interior.
can fix a body.
This thing's anchored down by a lot of spider webs. You think we can knock it loose?
I hope it's got enough power to do that.
Horn works. That means the battery's up. You think this thing's just gonna fire up and drive? It's got new gasket on the thermostat. Looks like new upper and lower.
Two new chunks of heater hose.
Ooh.
Yeah, it turns.
Feels
I was kind
nice.
of excited about that.
Well, should we just see if this thing fires up?
I think it will.
Do you have brakes?
That I don't know. I haven't driven it.
Go for it.
Couldn't be fun.
Just more room for headers, right?
Yeah.
More reason?
I don't know if it's tune up or bad cam, but it's not on all eight.
No fluid in the rears, but the fronts look great.
Yeah.
Some back there. Now you got an inch in the rears.
Yeah, it's just got fronts. I think it's just pushing it all out somewhere.
Yeah. Well, do you know if it drives? Like moves?
No, we don't.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah. She got brakes?
Brakes, we're going downhill.
Hey!
It's got something.
I think that's probably good enough, right?
It'll get us where we gotta go.
Yeah.
Or it won't.
Or it won't. We'd probably top off the fuel tank and the tires and just
Half a
ignore
tank.
all the problems we know we're gonna
That
have.
sounds like a great plan to me. Well, what do you think? Suppose it'll shift?
Maybe, maybe not. How many miles we got on it? 101,000?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Well, if this was Marketplace, it would say 1,000, right?
Yeah.
45 miles home or something?
Yeah, roughly.
Tires about as old as me.
Yeah, they're old. They don't have dates or anything on them.
Oh, they're scary. Ooh, yeah,
Is she running on 6?
maybe. 5 might be a little
5?
more.
Yeah.
We can finish all that when we get home. That's
Yeah.
Problems for another
throw
day.
some fresh fuel on top of whatever's in here.
kind of just sounds like a couple dead cylinders. Huh?
Yep. Probably got a junk cam.
Yeah, Pontiacs were known for that, weren't they?
That's interesting.
Is
I
this
can't say I've ever heard that.
No.
Like.
Oh.
She'd pull pretty hard if she was an 8-cylinder.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say 4-barrel, but 8 cylinders even
8 cylinders even better.
It's really nice in here.
It's clean. I mean, it'll clean up good. The dash isn't cracked.
Yeah.
It's not all mousy.
What'd you give for this? Like $1,800?
16.
$1,600? Oh.
Uh-oh, come on. I think it's running on fewer cylinders. It's getting worse.
Oh, we didn't put a Junkyard Digs sticker on it.
Oh, maybe
Shit
that'll help.
for
I
sale.
don't think I'm ever going to let off the throttle again.
Clear this way.
Good, because we're going to need a little time to get out here.
Oh, the vibration.
How can it run any worse?
I don't think it can. Oh, I hear it almost picking up another cylinder. I heard a couple pops.
This is the tightest she's been wound in a while. Shifts good.
Yeah, it
I'm
does.
kind of happy about that. If the speedo is accurate, we're doing 50 right now. It doesn't feel like 50.
Feels like 900. feels way faster than we should be going.
That's because you saw the tires. Just pretend you never saw the tires.
Oh boy. Oh, good, the cops are here.
Oh yeah, sweet.
This thing looks like it's straight out of a hayfield. It does. Ooh, actually. I don't know if we're going to be able to buff this one, Tom.
So the exhaust is very blue.
Very blue?
Very blue.
That's fine.
I don't know what's in the trunk. Hopefully there's no bodies.
Yeah, say that louder.
Is that the original spare?
Yeah.
H7815?
It's still got air in it. Not a lot,
It's
but a
probably
little.
just petrified.
I think we know personally from experience how far that will get
Yeah,
us.
that's not going to get very
About
far.
6 miles. That is very, very...
That's a great
red.
red. I hope it picks up a cylinder or two along the way.
It's free air. There's
Free
no...
air.
Someone stole the hose.
Oh! It's the Bluetooth air pump.
It's a whole symphony of air pumps.
We need 2 more.
Yeah.
They're just 100 years old.
And it's almost insulting how good of shape they're in.
Well, maybe we can ruin those if we can get it to run on more than 5
Oh,
cylinders.
something tells me if we can get them to spin, it will be the smokiest, stinkiest burnout we've ever done. We will sublimate those tires. They will go straight from a solid to a gas.
Vapor.
Yep. Cacophony of noise around here, eh, Mook?
Is this Aerosmith?
Funny. You're funny. Ah, this is a hard top.
Easier to convert it to a convertible when it's a hard top.
What are you planning?
I have a Sawzall and some imagination.
I think you're on the wrong channel for that one. That guy's down in Missouri.
Will it start again?
We
started it twice now. We're pushing our luck.
Yeah, that might have been all we get. Oh,
How can it start that easy?
on 6. Must have good compression still, just no camshaft or ignition
Or
components.
ignition issues. Come on, baby, you can do it.
Yeah, I don't know if we're picking up that last cylinder or just dropping off the rest.
I think we're losing them instead of gaining them.
You know, I have to say the fuzzy dice are quite optimistic, seeing as there's no mirror. Whoa! That felt like it pulled on 8.
You know, it might be clean enough.
Yeah, I didn't even realize. I don't think are we missing a cylinder still? Maybe just one?
I think it's clean enough.
I think it's clean enough. That feels like at least 7. It's not jittering, jumping around anymore.
It's healing.
It's healing. Nature is healing. Okay, there's a red. This will tell us if we're on 8 cylinders suddenly.
Away we go. Oh, it's way better.
Yeah, that's not 8, but that's a strong 7.
Yeah. I think we
Maybe-
started with 5 and we're up to 7.
Yeah, we might even pick up the last one.
Yeah, we'll give her hell on the way home. That's how you fix broken shit. Just give it hell.
But get the cobwebs out.
Yeah.
Holy shit, we're passing people. I never thought I'd see the day.
Well, it was just an escape.
I just realized something. These tires older than me don't even shake.
That's crazy.
Is the wheel steady?
Yeah, I mean,
What? This thing's incredible.
it's a Pontiac.
All right, hammer down. Let's get home. All right, well, it's been like 10, 15 miles. This thing seems to be flawless. At this point, I'm worried about what we're going to do for content since this car just fired up and drove home perfectly.
I didn't know I was buying a perfect 1600.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, there's stuff to fix.
Oh yeah.
There's always
We're gonna get
always things to be
Get
done.
her to do a burnout before we're done.
That's the goal. It has to do a burnout before the end of the video.
Has to do a burnout.
All right, another 10 miles to go. Well, this isn't our end destination, but we've made it home. I'm gonna grab the Malibu so I have something to drive.
Might need to push me the rest of the way along.
Yeah, this is a good spot to see if it'll do a burnout though. A little initial test right here. Holy crap, it did it!
Evan, where'd you go?
I don't know, that stinks.
It'd do her as long as you wanted to, as long as you keep your foot on the pedal.
That's incredible. I think it's pretty well healed. I'm gonna call that 7.5 cylinders.
7.5. That's all,
All right.
you need.
Well, I think you're gonna make it just fine. I'll see you at the shop.
All right.
Well, bath time. For once, I think we might ruin the brush instead of the brush ruining the car.
There's just not any paint left on that head. It's just rust.
Yeah, I don't know how well we'll be able to clean that one up. I got pliers. I can scrape it
Pliers
down.
clean just about anything up.
Yeah, I don't know how much of a difference this is gonna make. But Tom's pretty optimistic.
Hey man, am I driving okay?
Wow, I didn't know we bought a fire truck.
Fire chief signs for the doors.
All right, off to the shop.
Race you there.
All right, we've arrived at the shop. One more step before we bring it in. Soaked everything down in engine degreaser. Tom is about to experience the glory of the $10
How
pressure
does
washer.
this thing work?
Big red button. You got 110 volts in your hand as well as water.
That's great. It's got a lot of power too.
I figured you would have known exactly what that was. Probably about as old as you.
It might be older than me.
Well, no.
It is electric though.
Yeah, they did just invent electricity after you were born.
Just before Woodstock.
All right, she's in and she's up. Discs or drums? What's your bet?
Discs.
Discs.
I vote discs.
Yank her off. Let's see. Yep. Original. Is it a wear mark I see in the middle? It is.
That's a real GM brake
That is
caliper
a
brake rotor.
genuine GM brake rotor, and those calipers have been replaced actually. We have a newer caliper and what looks to be a last 5 years hose.
Oh, you don't think that the hose is 60 years old?
No, no wonder we made it home. I was pretty worried about that. What are the odds you could pop that thing out
Not
easily?
good, almost guaranteed. Oh,
Holy crap. Well, the shoe thickness looks good. A little bit of goop in there, so we know our rears are leaking somewhere. Slap some wheel cylinders in. Inspect all of our lines. This ought to be pretty easy.
easy.
Well, now we're screwed.
Optimist.
Well, we were close to escaping without doing brakes. Those hard lines? Yeah. Pretty
But
bad.
you could knock that off with a hammer.
I think you could knock it off with a set of railroad tracks.
Maybe.
All right, up underneath. That muffler's seen better days.
That's had some backfires. That's not just one. That's a bunch of them.
You gotta wonder if someone-
in high school, I used to just hold it wide open and shut the key off and let it slow down and fill the exhaust with unburnt fuel and turn it on and it would go kerblam. And that's what the muffler looked like after a few of those.
Didn't you blow one of those up entirely one time?
Yeah, it blew the seam out. My dad looked under there and said, I don't even know how you do that.
I don't know either, Dad.
He knew exactly how.
I was very surprised that the fuel system seems to be just fine in this thing.
I am too.
Oh, that's where a lot of our exhaust leak noise is. That and, well, everywhere else too. Missing manifold bolts. Yep.
Is it?
Yep. One of
They
them up
rusted
front.
clear off. That's great because that means it probably broke off in the head.
Steering was tight.
Oh yeah, it's got a little movement, but it's not bad. The
Can't
guy that owns
tell.
this thing is kind of a dipshit. He'll never notice if it's...
We got a rear seal leakage on the trans, which is pretty easy to fix. Holy hoses, how did this make it home?
Every time I stepped on the brakes, I was looking for an escape route in case they didn't work.
Good call. I can't believe the fuel system works. Yeah, these brake lines, pretty bad.
Oh.
I say, personally, we wait for Angus to come back to work tomorrow and we just leave.
That sounds good. Let's have a beer about it.
Deal. Hunting for which cylinder doesn't do anything. That one seems healthy. That one's healthy. I think it's that guy.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything.
That is the last one on this side.
Naturally. Just that one. Spark plug's not even tight.
Ah, how's he look?
Well, completely clogged with,
Oh, God.
unless I dragged it through shit on the way out.
Or they dragged it through shit on the way in, but you'd think that'd blow off by now. Let's clean it off and try it again.
Okay, I'm all for that.
What is this? The NGK UR4 V-Power.
Big power. No wonder it did such a great burnout.
Alright, plug is clean. Back in. Tom's plugging the wire back in. You think this will fix it?
Nope.
You're pretty,
Let's try.
You're pretty set on it's a bad camshaft, huh? I think I just fixed it. There's no more vibrating.
And the exhaust leak may not be the manifolds, it might be that cracked white pipe. Yeah, that's 8.
Holy shit! It fixed 3 and we fixed 1. Well, I think this is a good starting point. We have a motor that runs and we got a lot of brake work to do.
That's a good way to call it a day, I'd say.
I can't help but agree. We'll go have a beer about it. Wait for Angus to come back tomorrow so we can build the brake lines.
We don't want to have all the fun without Angus. He'll be jealous.
Yeah, he'd be upset. Poor guy. We'll see you guys in the morning.
What a piece of junk.
We definitely had prettier things to walk in and see in the morning, huh?
I mean, at least it's not a Chrysler product.
Hey, you're not wrong. The brakes work in this car. I mean, it's just fine. All of the lines need replaced.
Oh, well, it was about time that we had to do brake lines again. It's been a whole video since we had to do brakes.
Angus, you're making our day way harder. Stop finding so much broken stuff.
Well, I can't believe you missed that. Look at it.
That's very broken.
This thing's been broken a while.
Clearly doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, this seems like one of those things that we could just leave for time. He can fix this when he puts the 24s on this.
Oh, when he donk kits it?
Yeah, when he puts a donk kit from QA1 on this.
You know, the shittiest part is if we do this one, we probably gotta do them both, right?
Well, how about we just wait until the other one breaks and then they'll be even?
Oh, yeah, we'll just cut that one and they'll
How
match.
close are you to break? Oh, it's already broken.
What?
Never mind, it's done.
Are you serious?
Problem solved-ish.
Okay, so we're gonna ignore that. Moving on. All right, step 1, rusty brake lines. Let's get these going. We're just gonna rip everything out of here and replace it all. Get out of there. Yep, they broke just like that. All right, let's get all this ripped out and start running new line. New rear line going in here. And here she goes. Now, we just whip up some hard lines.
Wow, we're going all out. It's not your dad's brakes, but it is Tom's.
That means we don't have to have the car perfectly functional. We're just gonna do what we told them we'd fix.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lift.
Yeah, he's got a lift. That's our excuse for everything on this one. Well, Tom's got a lift. Alrighty, wheel cylinders, as you can see. I've got our new line ran back here. He's chilling, waiting to be cut the length. When you're doing wheel cylinders, and just wheel cylinders, because you've determined everything else to be good enough, what we're gonna do is grab this front spring with a pair of channel locks. Wear glasses, by the way. Gonna move him out of the way. Grab this rear spring with a pair of channel locks. You can use the studs here for a little leverage if need be. Oh, come on. There we go. Grab this guy. Push down on your adjuster bar down here. Slip this guy out of the way. Move the rear shoe out of the way. Move the front shoe out of the way. Pull this out. Pull this out, clean them up, unbolt that, and replace it. Just like that. That's all you have to do for wheel cylinders. 1/2-inch wrench on this one on the back. You'll always have 2 bolts, unless it's a G body. You'll have a clip, and good luck. Sometimes you'll have to get the appropriate force. Today is not one of those times. Into the garbage can with that. Grab your favorite brake tool. In my case, it's this Capri tool. You can't even see the name on it. I've used it so much. These things are fantastic for getting into tight spaces just like this. I'll leave a link down in the description for this. You can find these on Amazon, as well as the best line kits I found for really cheap on Amazon. Again, link down in the description. You use that. It doesn't cost you guys anything, but the channel gets a little kickback. We can buy our consumables with it. We appreciate it. Determine our line length here, about somewhere right about there. Put our line nut on. Grab our brake flare tool. Set him to the right depth. Operation 1 goes first. Flip the tool end around, operation 2. Loosen that up. There we go, perfect brake flare. Grab our new wheel cylinder, put him in place, reinstall the bolts on the back side. By the way, not a bad idea to go ahead and get your line nut started right now. If you still have the ability to wiggle this, it makes that a lot easier sometimes. Tighten everything up on the back side. Take our freshly cleaned pins, insert them into the rubber boot, get them to sit in the pads where they're supposed to, or in the shoes. Make sure your emergency brake bar is in place, bring your pads back together. If your star wheel's stuck, go ahead and take that off, get it cleaned up. Now's a great time to do that. Flip this guy back into place. Make sure he's on there first before you do this hard stuff with the springs. Put your rod in place. Hook up your rear spring. Again, wear safety glasses. We'll grab a screwdriver, especially if they've got the notches in it. That helps a lot. Keep your other hand out of the way. Put it on the pin it's supposed to go on. Stretch it right into place. You really don't need fancy tools for this stuff. Rinse and repeat for the front. And just like that, you're done, and you got a new wheel cylinder. Except for there is one last step, and that is to go check out the merch on junkyarddigs.com, such as the I Heart Drum Brake shirt. This is for all the guys out there like us who don't like all the fancy, expensive shit. If we don't have to run it, we're just gonna run the drum brakes. They work great from the factory. They still work great today. We're all about saving money and kicking ass. All right, let's slap the shoe back on that, shape our line properly in the back, and the rear axle's good to go. All right, about a little bit. Angus has been busy up under here. We have a full new rear line all the way to the front. Looks fantastical.
Thanks.
We have all new front lines as well that look amazing.
Aw, you're so kind.
Everything is replaced. That was actually pretty damn quick. Well done, sir.
Thanks.
2 lines left up here from the master down to this, and we'll be all good to go, ready to bleed these up.
You know what they say, yeehaw.
You know what Mom always says.
Time to replace the power steering line.
Time to install the new power steering line.
All right, got some new grease on our wheel bearings. Everything's cleaned and repacked. Got our new brake hose on, which means we are done with the brake system. Time to bleed these up, throw some wheels and tires on it. Ka-chow!
Okay, well, as you can tell, still going well. This right here is the master cylinder that was on the car. We could not get any fluid to flow to the rears, and it was not the prop valve, so we think this guy has bad seals inside. This is the first one that we grabbed from O'Reilly's, which is a replacement. If you'll notice, if you come in close here, you'll see that this one, very shallow hole. This one, very deep hole, 1/4 inch versus 1 5/8 inches. Now, there's a lot of debate online as to what this difference is. Some say that the deep one is for the manual brakes, which may very well be. But this car looks to be all original and has the really long extension rod. It needs that deep master cylinder. And I've done a bunch of digging through old catalogs and such, as you can see. And I brought it down to the fact that right here, if you look at this, Bendix and Moraine are the 2 manufacturers for brake cylinders, or brake master cylinders at the time. This one is a Bendix style. It's got the deep hole. This one is a Moraine. I can confirm that because if you follow me. This right here has the 1 5/8 inch deep hole, and that is a Bendix. Whoops, well, it's gone now. And all of these up here that say with Moraine brakes, Moraine has the shallow hole. So, after a bunch of debate, we've decided it is not actually power versus manual brakes that is causing that shallow versus deep master cylinder. It is Bendix versus Moraine. It is what supplier GM had that quarter, or week, or month, I don't know. Just something to keep an eye out. If you're ordering a new master cylinder for any of these cars, pop the old one off, see what the depth of that push rod on the back is, and then order it depending on that. Unfortunately, because we need the Bendix style, not the Moraine, we have to wait until tomorrow. The Moraine one, much more common. That's what we usually see on cars. Don't run into too many of these Bendix. Yeah, more proof in the pudding. This is our brake booster, and it is a Bendix power brake, which is all B-body except the heavy duty. Moraine tandem diaphragm are all of them, and with the heavy duty. So the Moraines are a heavier duty brake.
Okay, finally have the correct master cylinder for the car. It is bench bled and now completely installed. Let's go ahead and bleed up our brakes for real this time and throw the wheels back on it and head out to Tom's for some body work. Whenever you're ready, go down.
Whole key going down.
Oh yeah, but good fluid, good flow. All right, go up.
Okay, here we go. She's up.
All right, DM.
All right, oh no, we went Australia.
I noticed that.
Oh, mate, she's down now.
Oh, sick. You can go up.
All right, she's up. Crikey.
That one's done.
Oh, bloody hell, how good. Put some bloody tires on it, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna wreck some sick skids with this puppy.
Oh, sick.
Stop it. Anyway, time to go to Tom's.
Yeah, as far as mechanical stuff goes, we're calling this done. There's a few things left, but that's off-camera stuff. Tom has a lift.
Yeah, Tom has a lift. It's fine.
Regardless, we have a whole new brake system, master all the way down to all the bits and pieces, so that's good. I don't even remember what I got married.
That's it.
We
did brakes.
I feel like there's a lot more problems with this car. I don't know. We had a wedding, not us again. I had a wedding in the middle of this, so this car's been a bit of a mess. At this point, we're gonna ship this off to Tom's with Angus. Hi. That's Angus. And out there, they're gonna, I think, redo the roof.
We'll see what happens. We might just start finger painting on it. Who knows?
We'll have to see. Subscribe to find out. Or continue watching for about 7 seconds. You want to count them off? Or
1, 2... What's after 2?
Well, it's no prettier, that's for sure. Wow, still a piece of crap, but now it's got brakes.
It's very sticky.
Alright, well, have fun out there. I gotta edit. I'll catch up with you guys later.
Sounds like it'll be what it'll be. Alright, we're out here on the road. The ride's great. The brakes, well, I wonder, do the brakes work? They work really good. Anyway, let's leave the scene of that crime. Sorry about your flat spots, Tom. With how well this car drives, you can almost forget how ugly it is. Let's head on out to Tom's and get to work on making it less that way.
No trespassing.
I do what I want.
Does it drive like a luxury liner?
It does. It really does. I forgot I was driving something so ugly.
Well, it's got 4 brakes now. I don't think it had 4 brakes before.
No, I don't think so either. They work. The tires leave a little bit to be desired.
Well,
good job, Marshall.
Now what do we do with it?
Oh, I don't know. I was just following you.
Yeah, that top is beautiful.
It really is. You think we could rip that off and do something different?
Yes, I think we should. Well, are we ready to see what's under here?
Yeah.
It already looks better. Doesn't that look better?
It looks so much better. I mean, it's awful, but it looks better. I'd be lying if I said that front didn't look kind of comfortable.
Yeah, I'd say you can put 2 back here fairly comfortable. 3 if they're dead.
Oh. Yeah, that's why the drip molding had to come off. It's really bad on the driver's side. Holy crap. Well, it certainly won't float.
It's not too late to turn it into a demolition derby car.
No, it's not. Let's try and make it nice.
Okay. Yeah, broke almost every one of them there, too. That wasn't very cinematic.
We got almost all the roof off the car, so
We'll patch some holes. And quit looking for more.
that knocked down pretty good. We're just getting the adhesive off, but that was pretty quick.
What do you want, 8 in your beer? Oh no! I hate when that happens.
You threw this at me, sir.
Beanie. This sucks. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be body men.
This is good progress. Let's have a beer about it.
I'm ready for a beer about it. Let's do that.
This paint on the hood
really bad.
And you say that this lacquer paint can just start melting
It
once
just
it gets
melts
hot?
when it gets hot and goos up your paper something fierce. So yeah, if there's a better way to get it off, I say we give it a try.
Man, that
Super
feels
scrapers.
wrong, but boy, it sure is working.
It'll work really good. Still have to go back by with a sander and we'll shine her up, but that's less paint to plug the paper up.
You know, if we call it Red Art TV, I'll feel a lot better about it. I'm fine with super scraping some Red Art TV off some stuff. Kids, don't do this at home. Unless you have to, then do it. I don't. Alright, so for professional reasons, we have to say that Tom wouldn't do this on a customer vehicle.
Exactly right. We're going to do stuff that shouldn't last very long.
What exactly are we doing?
Well, I built a dam here, and then I lay some fiberglass right along this edge, and then it keeps the backside from floating through. And then we can come back and smooth this up enough for whatever we're going to spray on here.
I think I saw somebody do that on Pole Barn Garage.
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
that
this
one
is
channel
this is that kind of stuff. We should have him up here to show us some pointers.
I think you just want him up here to clear your conscience.
Realistically, we cut this out, and then we put some sheet metal in there and weld it up. But that's not what we're going to do. You got some steel wool and some fiberglass?
Oh, we can fill it with ramen noodles like I saw on TikTok.
Oh yeah, we can do that. I'm making some attempt to do something that'll last at least a little while. So I put the tape over the hole, and this is the edge of my window, and then I kind of like angles, especially if I'm welding instead of squares, and I like to try to avoid corners. The heat concentration can cause warping, but we don't care. We're going to glue this. So step one in making my template is just laying 2 or 3 thicknesses of tape on here, and then I can cut right along my line. That way I can lay it right along the edge. That gives me one line I don't have to cut. And when I'm done, I can just cut right along there. I'll use my nibbler. A lot of people don't have nibblers. 10 snips work. I just cheat. I'm old and my hands are shot. Then I'll just cut that out, glue it on there. I might even throw 4 pop rivets in to hold it down. And that's next. Glue that down. It won't be fixed, but it'll be different.
I didn't even think you could just glue metal back onto metal.
For a while there, manufacturers recommended it because most body men can't weld, and the glue is stronger than their welds. It'll leave a ghost line if you do something like this and mud right over it. On certain days, you'll still see the line, but on this, getting covered with whichever we use, vinyl top or whatever, it'll be good. That's not going to be real strong right there, but that is what it is. You're late.
Yeah, well, I have my day job. Wow, there's some car left.
It looks better this way.
You know what I wish we had? One of those laser welder rust removers.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
Everybody go bug Everlast. We need one of those really bad. They won't answer my email. Give me an update, Tom. What are we looking at?
We're cobbling, but we're trying to reserve how bad we cobble. I can't just shove steel wool in there and then cover it with
You have some
fiberglass.
You have some integrity.
I've got to put something there. I just can't bring myself to it. So I made this patch with a chunk of refrigerator that Dalton left me. I'm going to bond that right there with panel bonding adhesive. And then I'm going to make another patch that'll fit right along here. Figured on using the molding line, this seam, and then the window line. So theoretically, the only thing you'll have here is a line right here.
Which if you ever revinyl, you would never see any of it anyway, right?
If I actually put truck bed liner over this, I don't think that's easy to remove.
And then make a white bed liner.
I actually was going to do black. The goat's red with a
yeah,
black
you know
top and white interior and black carpet and dash. So this would be just this
You
big
can hide
red.
a lot more sins that way too. Depends on how thick of a matting.
We just
you
keep
give
pounding it on there.
Yeah. Angus, what are you working on up here?
I'm working on finishing off this chicken.
I didn't know you could super scraper a hood. That's something. And it looks like it worked pretty good.
I guarantee that it was easier than trying to grind all that off.
I'm barely hanging on to this thing.
Dalton, is that you?
Yep, I borrowed these from Dalton.
That doesn't look like glue to me.
We got to get it all fit just where we want it, and then we can take them back off and glue them. And use the screws to hold it on while the glue bonds overnight, and then we'll come back and we'll just knock the heads off. I think we're in Dalton territory right now, aren't we?
They're self-tappers.
Yeah.
To make it seem that way.
This has only got to last a couple of years, and then I'll be dead, and it won't matter anymore.
Jesus Christ.
Well, job one is to clean the surface the best you can, even though it won't stick here. You still need to prep everything. Maybe it'll help seal it so moisture can't get in there. And if you're a purist, look the other way, because nothing here is acceptable. Alright, I'm going to make a mess. You want to run a little out and see if you think it's mixing. Yeah, both the pistons are going down, nothing's leaking by. It must be mixing then, right?
Yeah.
Make it real pretty. Alright, Dalton didn't leave me enough self-tappers, so I'm going to have to put a rivet in the last couple here. Alright, there you go. One cobbled rust patch.
Yeah. What's the warranty on this deal?
0.
That about calls it a day, I'd say.
I say we give her up. It'll still be rusty tomorrow. This isn't what I realized I was going to be doing today.
Well, it's the next morning. Tom,
Good
what are we doing
morning.
now?
Well, we're having all the fun.
Well, we are having all the fun. My hands are already tingling.
Sounds like a personal problem. So I've got these ground down. I just left the self-tappers there and cut them down. They're still kind of holding that way, and then you don't have to worry about filling the hole. And you want to get as much of the panel bond adhesive off of there as you possibly can, because fillers won't adhere to it. I'm going to put a thin coat of fiberglass filler over all of it now, and we'll see how many years it holds up.
Feels wrong, but it seems right.
It's wrong. It'll keep moisture and water from getting in there and causing everything else to get rustier, so it's serving a purpose. And what we're doing hopefully is something that can be undone if later on we want to do it right. I might have gotten a little carried away with the hardener, but it's cool this morning, so that's my excuse. Alright, pretend that's good enough. Alright, rust repaired. never done anything like this before, so we can just make the rules up as we go along, right?
I do like that. So Tom's got all of our body putty ground down, so all the high edges are gone, and then he went back and sanded it with 80 grit to get rid of the grinding marks.
Hopefully the bed liner will cover up whatever else we got. Hopefully what we're doing is going to preserve it in case a guy wants to do something more professional in a later date.
Yeah, this is a good place to start, certainly. It's going to make this car look a whole bunch better.
A lot less like a self-propelled scab.
Degreasing the top right now, so anything we put on will be able to stick. We don't have any residue left over from our hands touching it or tool marks or anything like that.
And we'll probably do it again after we mask, just before we spray.
Now, what do we got going on top there, Tom? Are we doing racing stripes on this thing? Look at
I
that.
thought I would attempt to mimic the appearance of the seams that a vinyl roof would actually have.
Oh, that's clever.
I'm sure it won't work, but at least we can say we tried.
Yeah.
Will it look better than the white top that was all ripped up and stuff?
I hope so. If it doesn't, we really messed up.
From 30 feet, that'll be fine.
Certainly. It's got some good texture in it. Well, it is black. It's got waves, so it looks just like a vinyl top.
This will kind of deceiving-ish.
Good enough for who it's for.
Exactly. I know this guy. He's not picky. He's old. What do you think, boss? We're about done, whether we want to be or not.
Well, I think it's going to be what it's going to be, and honestly, from here, that's not as bad as it probably could be. Yeah, this gave a pretty decent texture, but it's striped a little bit.
I don't like the stripe. Yeah, I might put a coat of some sort of black on there, yeah, just to make it even looking. Well, it's going to be ugly no matter what, isn't it? I'm kind of hoping this at least evens it out so it's all the same gloss level. It's lacquer, so hopefully it'll die down a little and not be too shiny. Give it a try and see what happens. Oh well, it looks better than it did.
Yeah. Maybe another coat of the lacquer.
It's worth a try. The paint was free.
I mean, before long, we'll have basically the same thickness as the vinyl top, and that's half the battle, right?
I really thought while I was dusting it that it would land on there and kind of meld in.
I thought so too,
I
but
didn't
it
think-
really wound up just beating up into little dust balls.
Yeah,
And that's what we get all this grainy texture right here that looks like asphalt.
drier than I thought it was going to be, I guess. It'll look fine. Get a couple wash jobs on it. That'll level things out. We got these stripes going on. No matter which way I go, it leaves stripes like that.
third coat of lacquer. Hopefully this is the last coat. Kind of at the point where it's going to be what it'll be.
I'm calling it. Well, it's not all tore up, it's not full of rust holes, and you get all the chrome back on there, I think it'll be just fine. It's just a fancy demolition derby car. Fake seams worked.
They sure did, man. Those showed up really good. So take notes, anybody who's thinking of doing this.
It didn't take long, it wasn't very difficult, but basically it's a $53 vinyl roof. What do you want it to look like?
Well, as we can see, some time has passed. The hood and the top of the front fenders are all sanded down, ready to receive a seal coat. Tom, what are you up to back here?
I'm debating on whether to paint the trunk lid while we got paint in the gun. What do you think?
Well, we've already got some sanding done back here on the back of the car.
Where we did our repair.
Yes, our rust repair.
We're coming to this line anyway, and we're going all the way around the trove. I feel like we should just scuff it and shoot it.
I think that's probably a good idea.
It's not very good. No more masking, just another hour.
The roof has had a little bit of time to dry. It's been about 2 hours.
I don't mind it.
I don't either. The camera doesn't do it any justice. This looks really inconspicuous with just walking up to this car. I think this would look good, but it's just getting too much light from every angle to look good on camera. But
Clear out the sun, I think it'll look just fine. 30-footer.
all right, well let's scuff the trunk and start shooting. This car kind of has the effect of whenever you put the plastic over top of it, it looks just like sizably better.
If you can't see it, it's not as ugly.
Yeah. So Tom is here cutting the plastic for our very last masking job. We are going to do the entire deck lid and trunk, the top of the rear quarter panels, as well as the entirety of the hood and the top of the front fender.
So when you're in the car, it'll give you the illusion that you're driving a beautiful machine. Look as good as a car can look if you spend a day and a half prepping and painting. No trespassing!
Ooh, the water's down, the curtain's closed. Is it paint time?
It is paint time.
Holy shit, you guys have been busy. What's it been, 24 hours?
Maybe.
Damn.
Certainly none of this was done to the book.
Man, the book's expensive. Not everyone gets to do the book.
That's true. You have to be able to read it too.
Yeah. You're just gonna let it rust from here, right, Tom?
Yeah, I like that look.
Yeah, good rat rod.
Shine it all up so that we could let it rust again.
Well, I recognize the handy genius work of Tom here. Piece of tape, taped to the face of another piece of tape, with that centerpiece rolled over so it's a radius. It gives them a much softer line instead of a hard piece of tape just down like this. And it blends that way better.
I've never used this product, so it might be disastrous.
You know, you say that a lot whenever we paint cars. I've never done this, I've never done that. Don't try this at home.
Don't try this at home.
Now, Angus, in your professional opinion, what is Tom doing right now?
I'd love to tell you, but I feel like an expectant father waiting for his son to be born.
Just knowing it's going to come out all goofy looking.
Hopefully it's the right color.
Wow!
I'm talking about a car. What are you talking
Oh
about?
my God, it's gray.
What time is it?
It is 4:57.
5 o'clock?
Yeah.
It's time to have a beer about it.
You said it. All right, Tom, impart some knowledge on us. What did you just spray, and what was the method?
Well, it was a 1K ready to spray acid etch primer by U-Pol. It's supposed to improve adhesion to aluminums and bare metals, and it's supposed to even kind of help neutralize rust. And as you saw, we had a ton of rust on that thing. So.
Interesting. And that's a coat you're putting down really thick because we got a block sand usually, or we don't?
No, we're skipping that because we didn't even fill the dents. We stripped it, sanded it, and we're painting it. 30-footer and preserve the thing for if a guy wants to do it right later.
That I like.
we're really only painting the parts that we can see from the interior.
Yeah, that way when you're driving it, it feels like you're driving a beautiful one.
I never thought of that. You
Where
can't
you're
even tell it's
driving.
ugly from the inside.
No, that's right.
Sweet. Well, let's let that dry. And then
30 minutes, they say.
time for color after that.
I'm going to seal it because we got so much etching and sand
What's the-
scratches. It offers another layer of fill. The sealer is waterproof, so if you get a rock chip or something, it's not less likely to soak in and create rust
Interesting.
underneath the paint.
Next step, sealer. To seal in all the bugs.
Yep.
I get it now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at how pretty that is.
It's like if someone clear coated the possum van.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Sealed all those bugs in real nice.
Yep, can't even see them. They'll wait till we're clearing so they can really mess stuff up.
Good, good. Is that a formal or international? Hey, look at that.
Big chunks of dirt. It's an outdoor car.
I'll tell you what, it's more red than it was when we bought it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's not fixed.
But it's different.
It's different.
We're completely out of the last red, so now we're using up the last of a different red. It'll all be wonderful.
This is just our build-up coats anyway, right? You weren't kidding. The trunk is rough.
Oh, it's terrible.
You know, you can do it right, but that costs a whole bunch of money.
You're not going to do it in 24 hours like we did here.
So that's on there now. We've got some actual built-up paint.
Should be similar to the car's original color.
And this will mask all of what we just put on for filler, essentially.
Yep, that's just for coverage. This is for the final.
The color.
I mean, the car is so faded and beat up.
Yeah. Someday you'll probably redo this all, maybe. Anyway.
If I live
maybe.
to see retirement, yeah.
Hey, you don't get to retire. We just keep showing up.
Can I
paint
just get on
poorly
the
every
payroll?
week. Yeah. All right, Angus, you got to share your weekly ration of potatoes with Tom now.
The air tastes like licorice.
I don't think Angus is here right now. I think he's elsewhere.
We're going for a color that should be pretty close to the color the car was. Not that it matters, because all the rest of the paint sucks so bad.
Ah, yes. That red is a different red. Sure. How'd it come out?
Just exactly like we thought it would.
Oh, so then
30-footer.
it's shiny, but it's still ugly.
It's not shiny yet. We're going to have a beer about it,
And then a clear about
and
it?
then a clear about it.
Oh. Write that down.
Write that
I can't
down.
really do anything.
Does the air still taste like licorice?
Not anymore.
Oh. What's it taste like now?
I don't know. I'll tell you when I figure it out.
I think I got a little chubby.
Tom said he's got a little chubby. I don't know if that means the paint's good or bad. It's either too much paint or he really likes the outcome. Alright, quick Angus. Pick up all the bugs you can and throw them into the clear. Alright, let's see the finished product. Woohoo! That's shiny.
There's more gnats in there than I thought. Some of them got painted red.
Oh yeah, there's a ton. Holy shit. It's okay, they'll wear out.
There's like a group of them right in the middle of the hood down there.
I think it's the clear kills them and drops them into it.
It might be.
It's the strongest chemical in the air, right?
Yeah,
Of
it's
the
worst
three?
for you. It's got isocyanates in it.
You hurt your what?
Isocyanates, which are actually a derivative of cyanide. So the stuff that makes things really hard, if it's got harder in it.
I'm gonna go back out here. Alright, pulling the plastic off because Tom's a little worried about that sitting on top of their vinyl top all night. So we're just gonna cut that out of the way and then let the rest cure. Oh yeah, that looks like a vinyl top.
It looks like a vinyl top.
It looks a lot like a vinyl top.
I can try to catch.
This thing looks fantastic on camera. Holy shit. This is the same car you drove over here 26 hours ago?
Oh, the interior is the same.
It looks so much better.
This was my concern. And,
You know,
look at all
Maybe
the
I-
paint coming off of that
maybe I-
tape. We were using a super scraper and we could have just used tape.
you just gave this car a Brazilian.
No!
Alright, let's let that cure. We'll be back tomorrow.
Let's see, it's the next morning. Holy hell! That looks like a whole new car!
Sorry, we're closed. Come back Monday. Like 2 hillbilly redneck farm boys painted it in a barn.
Oddly specific. I don't know why you would say that, but yeah, kind of. This came out way different. I see you got the rear trim on already.
Just putting it on.
This is good. I do like the black top. That was a good call.
When you're driving it, you're going to swear you're driving a really shiny car.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to look great from the inside. All right, let's slap some trim back on this, get it all wrapped up, and take it for a cruise.
Sounds good to me. Look pretty good.
Man, that really does finish off that top. That looks great.
I really don't have any complaints. $50 vinyl top, what do you want? Aging your beer?
There's a lot of red on this car. Did you know that?
That's a lot of red. Oh, I feel like the rich folk in town. Driving the shiny new red Pontiac.
This thing is pretty sweet from in here.
It's this kind of car you just got to drive real slow everywhere you go.
It's hard to do because it really wants to
It
do
really
70.
wants to go 70 miles an hour everywhere you go. You got to be mindful of that. It could run a little better.
Yeah, a little bit of tuning to do for sure.
We got the important stuff though. It's shiny.
It's shiny and it stops.
Stopping is really a lot better than it was last time I drove it. A lot better.
Well, we're back on the highway. We're doing about 65.
70.
Oh, cruising in style, and you can hardly tell these tires are older than I can count.
Yeah, they might be as old as you.
Hey, maybe we just don't think about it. How's it feel?
Oh, like a brand new 1972 Pontiac Catalina.
Wowee, sir, that sure is red.
Did you call for an Uber?
Tom pointed out we forgot one critical component this entire time. We haven't had a Junkyard Digs sticker on this car.
Now it's official.
It's immortal. Well, we did it. It's different.
It's different. I like it. Thank you for the assistance.
Oh, you're welcome, sir. Don't ask me to do it again.
You really weren't that great a help anyway.
Oh, Tom, we're back.
Hi!
What are we doing? We're putting new tires on the
Pretending
car?
we know how to run a tire machine. Think we can do it?
I think we can manage.
We got that part handled. This
Take
is
the tires
fancy.
off.
I've never had anything quite that fancy.
How old do you think those tires are?
Well, they don't have a date code at all, and they started date codes in 2000, so they're more than 25 years old. I
And
drove
you've been-
600 miles and I ran 80 all the way here, so.
Maybe good time to invest in some tires. What you have, you went ahead and bought some of these, I think they're Italian.
Decenti, yeah, gotta be Italian, right?
Pretty,
Well,
they're a tire, they should be round.
I got them from Dalton's favorite place to get tires.
Oh yeah? Well, we're not sponsored by them, so,
I figured that much, that's why I thought
so heck with them. Oh my god, are you that YouTuber?
Hello, I've been to the moon and back. There's no honey though.
You're back.
I am indeed. We went on a honeymoon and bought that, and it's amazing. I love it. So
Well, that's good.
New
Thank you
car,
guys.
And you like it?
I know. That's weird. It's a stripper model off-road special. with a
Stripper?
Well, we all
manual.
like that.
You went on honeymoon and
got
you got a
none.
stripper?
I thought we were supposed to do that on the bachelor party. All we did was catch some fish.
Tires.
Tires, yeah, we're putting new tires on the car.
Cool. Let's do that.
I'm pretending I know how to run the balancer now.
Wow, Tom, you must have polished this.
I'm a little polishing.
It looks pretty good. The paint match is actually closer than I thought it was going to be.
Paint we had laying around, and we mixed two different ones together.
Got the whole lineup of Ben Pack stuff doing work today. A super fancy kick-ass tire changer with the power assist. Angus is running that. Tom's got the laser balancer going. That thing does a magnificent job. And of course, the 2-post 10,000 pound holding the car in the air. One left.
There. That's different.
Might even be fixed.
There wasn't anything wrong with the tire, technically. Just functionally nothing wrong with the tires yet. Although we were overdue for some rapid, deconstruction.
That's it?
Just like new.
Hell yeah.
These hubcaps are off my original Catalina from back in the early 80s.
Really?
They were still hanging in the attic of the chicken shed.
You've been busy while I've been gone. What all has changed on the car? I see it's polished.
Polished both sides. Got some, happened to stumble on, believe it or not, some aerosol in the drawer that matches so good that I should have used it on the hood and the trunk.
Oh, you painted the...
Just because it
rusty?
had that black from being sideswiped.
Wow, you can't even really tell. Any mechanical fixes? Or you just been driving
Some
it?
flex pipe over the rust hole.
Oh, forgot. It had a loud exhaust.
Exhaust manifold, but it's still in the trunk. Rear tranny seal was leaking and just coating the whole undercarriage, and then it'd drip off every cross member on the floor. So I put a tranny seal in. A little
Still
drip,
running strong on
drip. Yeah.
8 cylinders.
Yeah, it's been on 8 cylinders ever since. I haven't touched the carburetor. I haven't touched the timing.
It doesn't care.
It doesn't care.
How many miles have you done with it already?
600 and something, I think.
Holy shit.
Didn't it roll over 1111 when we were coming?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to look and see what it's got now.
Well, I tell you what, we've sure made a red something on this episode. I love the faux vinyl top with the seam you guys made into it. Oh, it looks so good.
Most people don't notice till I point it out, and then they're like, no way!
I would have never known. It even kind of feels like a vinyl top.
1759 on the odometer now.
600 miles.
650 miles, basically.
Tom just explained to me that he hasn't fixed the radio, but he's got this nice Matco...
Free Matco Bluetooth speaker. It's charming. Listen to this.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Isn't
that hilarious?
Successfully. Do all of your songs have an accent, too?
No.
All right, Tom. Get the hell out of here. Keep that odometer rolling. Go smash some bugs. Let us know how it rides. We'll see you in the outro.
It'll be awesome.
Very ugly, but now shiny.
I think it looks good in the dark. I can't really see how it looks.
Especially if you close your eyes.
Yeah. If I look over there, that car looks good.
Ling longs.
Great. Now the neighbors are going to yell at us again.
Oh, this time I'm really trespassing. I gotta flip the bill on him this time. No trespassing!
I'll do what I want. I got a permit.
This might be the longest consecutive video we've ever made. I think we've been working on this for like 6 weeks. We got it before the wedding, and we took a break for all the camper stuff. Last week was my 1 month anniversary.
Right.
Holy hell.
You've been married a month already?
No kidding.
I didn't think you'd make it.
Me either. With that being said, you've been working on this in the
Fiddling with a little,
background.
driving it, put tires on it,
Yep, we got
put a
the...
radio in that doesn't work just like the other one didn't work.
Oh, good. Vinyl top. Honestly, this looks fantastic. I would have no complaints about this whatsoever.
It's good enough for the girl I go out with. If I did it again, it probably could come out a little bit better.
Probably cleaned up the interior by now.
A little bit.
It didn't need much, but...
No, it's super clean.
Yeah, this thing. I mean, it was all dirty, and I noticed one shot there was a big pile of poop sitting on the dash, so... I'll tell you what, for picking this up a month ago and working on it in your free time after work and whatnot, this is pretty much unrecognizable.
Yeah, it's fun.
Still god-awfully ugly. But
Well, it's a 1913 Rupert Jackrabbit.
no, this is just half the family truckster.
With that, folks, we're going to wrap this episode up. Thank you guys very much for joining us on this. Thanks to Tom for all of his help on his own car and, well, I guess supplying the content for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a comment and a like below. Check out the merch, junkyarddigs.com. We'll see you right here next time for another one. Peace of big red body lines.
Long.
I think you could build 3 Kias out of this.
At least. And none of them would be as good a car.